Good afternoon, everybody. This is Saul Castañeda with mcscgreenwheels. Yeah. And today, along with a little bit of break from Reckless, we're waiting for some wiring to come in. As you guys can see, we have our dash ready to go in. Wiring is pretty much set up. We just got to bring in our power and our negatives. So I got to go pick those up. I've been lazy. But for today, what I am going to do, we decided to start up our 1993 white notchback, and this is the one we call the machine. Now, there's nothing wrong with the machine, but it does have little idiosyncrasies that we want to touch up on. Got like boots ripped, and you know, the rubbers, isolators to the hood are missing, and then we got like the rubbers to the inside of the wiring of the doors are like looking kind of cruddy and ripped. So we got like little things like that, the weather stripping and stuff. So today, being a really beautiful day, it's about 60 degrees here right now, which, as you know, in Chicago, when it gets down to 30, we tend to cook out. And it's been rainy and crappy, but today we have the sun out here for us, and we're gonna go ahead and roll this bad boy out and do it out in the sun. Basically what we're going to do, we got a couple little details, man. It's nothing that's detrimental. It's nothing that, you know, it can't wait. But you know what, like I said, today's a really nice day. I want to take a little break. I've been working on a Mustang that's 69 over at my buddy Dustin's place. I'm catching up on parts for our 78 Trans Am, which I just got all the screws. And you know, and that the assembly on that is tremendous. Just so much to put back together. The fenders, the fender liner. I'm a little burnt out, so I want to do something pretty easy, and basically pretty easy for today. You know, we got like the emergency rubber boot here. We're gonna go ahead and put it on because the one on here is obviously missing. We also got a couple other little things. So we have the trunk lid bumpers. So these little guys right there. You want to see, open up the trunk, replace those as well. One of the things that we were missing our fuse box panel cover, which is this right here. Of course, everything comes in from LMR. Thank you guys, we really appreciate that. Not that we're being sponsored or nothing. Another couple things that we got this the hood prop rod clip. Now the one on here is broken, and even though it's not a big deal, like I said, but you know, we're trying to catch up and keeping up this car. It's over 30 years old, and we want to make sure we keep it nice and fresh. And some of the things that you guys can see, like we have some faded paint right here for these right here, these covers right here that go around the windshield. You know, our cowl cover right here is a little faded as well too, and we'll be addressing these in due time. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and take it as easy as possible because, like I said, I'm just tired today. One of the other things that when you guys saw the last video we did when we replaced the actuator for this bad door right here, remember that the actuator was missing. They had removed it, so it was really hard to get in and out of this car. Not this car, just this door, you know, because it's really got a little tiny button here. And one of the things that we noticed in doing the whole inside plastic, the weather dampening and all that good stuff, was this guy. And I showed you on the video that ours, it looked like somebody was trying to pry it and they bent the little metal, so I got two bent spots right there, and you'll see it when I take it out. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that one and put our nice brand new one here with no damage to it. Thank you, Taiwan. And oh, sorry, China. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that done today. A new speaker grill. We got the new door lock bezel here, and you know, we put it all back together. And one of the things, like I said, that I noticed, look, see, somebody tried to pry it in there. Now, is it working? Absolutely, it's working. But does it look good? No. Am I gonna repair that? No. It's bent metal, and it's gonna take a little bit more to repair it. So we might as well go ahead and replace it. Here we can get this bad boy off. And it's not if we can, yes, we will. It's pretty simple and straightforward. And like I tell people, guys, be careful with this stuff because it is plastic, it isn't metal, and what'll end up happening, you'll end up breaking the back, or like what they did here on the bezel, they broke the inside where the screw sets in there. So we're just trying to be real easy. You don't have to crank down all this stuff. And like I said, this is, again, it isn't broken, you know, it's just that looks like crap, you know. Like I said, somebody was trying to pry it, and I guess they figured that that's how you pull this off, and they ended up bending it, and you know, that's what it is. Again, this guy is not too bad. It's a lot of times a lot of people break it right here. Why? Because they over tighten it, and you don't want to do that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take it off. Even though we don't need it, we're gonna go ahead and need this part at the bottom and these two screws. Oh, that one is broken. See how it's got a split right there? So I should make some epoxy and get it on there once I put it all back. That's, I think, the best way to do it, just to kind of keep it intact. Maybe I should do that now. So I'll probably go get some epoxy and put a little bit of dabble right there so I don't get that messed up. You know, let's check the bottom one. Yeah, see, the bottom one's in here too. These are the things that happens to these cars. You know, it's plastic, it's a little brittle, but when you over tighten, these are the things that'll happen. We got 5-minute JB Weld Clear Epoxy. As you guys follow the channel, for those that do, we'd be really happy if you guys continue to follow it, share it, and subscribe, or I'm gonna stop working. Damn it, I swear I'm gonna stop working. Damn it, I keep going. Anyways, we use this stuff. We use the JB Weld Black or the clear, and it's worked out tremendously for us in a lot of these little plastic pieces. So that's the same thing I'm gonna do here. It's a 5-minute epoxy. I'm gonna go ahead and just slather some on there. And you know what? These guys got real smart. They did this whole setup to it, which is awesome, and it's ingenious. And we don't have like two little stinking tubes that you have to wrestle with. The only problem is that one side pours out faster than the other, and I don't need a whole bunch. And what ends up happening, there we go, that's enough. Put that right back. And then we're gonna mix this bad boy up. Again, like I said, it should only take so long. I don't need a whole bunch. I didn't need as much as I do here, but you know, whatever. It's gonna work out for me. I'm gonna slather it up and go around it. I'm kind of pushing it in there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little base coat all the way around there, just so it's makes it a good foundation that it's gonna stay on there. I know that it probably will break again at some point, but you know what? It ain't gonna do it in my lifetime. Now, I mean, people, oh, that's overkill. No, it's not. You can never. You want to be liberal with this stuff, man. This stuff will save something. You know, like, believe me, we use it a little bit at a time. I'm gonna clear out that little hole real quick, and then I'm just trying to get it on all angles so I know that it won't just break open. I know I can go ahead and buy this, but this one's working and I don't need to destroy it. So I'll just go ahead and fix it. One right here, as you guys can see it, it's got this little clip down here. Now this guy right here kind of hooks at the bottom of the panel right here. So I need that. You don't get it with the new one, so get that out. Voila. Same thing, but again, you see the letters are nice and lighter. You can see them, they're whiter, and it doesn't have that humongous crease right here. But the thing is that I am going to need this piece right here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off and be careful so I don't break these. Now these, because there is no set thread inside, they tend to turn a little bit. So what I will advise you guys is just be a little patient and try to get them as straight as possible. I try to make them bite a little bit before I screw them in so they go in nice and straight, because once you put them in, they're pretty much going to make the threading on the inside, and that's the way I want to keep it. I don't want to have it like where a piece is going to be, where it's going to look lopsided, and that's kind of what you do. It ends up breaking, it ends up coming out the side or something like that. So, you know, it'd be best if you guys, you know, take a little bit of time and just, you know, try to set it in there as straight as possible. I'm pretty sure some of y'all know that, so I don't need to explain it, but to those that don't, there you go. And that's pretty much it. Now we're going to give it a little longer for our epoxy to settle to our button over here, to our little switch. And once it does, we'll go ahead and put it in and get it done. But for the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and move into another situation and then come back. One of the things that we're doing right here, as you guys can see right here, this guy's just flopping around down here. Check it out. There he is. You know, there we go. It's not ripped, but it's not working properly. Well, actually, it is ripped. But you can see this thing is completely worn out. Good thing that LMR does have everything you need. Guys, it's one of the best places for the aftermarkets for your Fox bodies. So head on over there and pick it up. Now our door, our window switch bezel came in at about 20 bucks. And we'll go ahead and put the price down there. And then I'll find out how much this one was. But as you guys could tell, you know, it's pretty nasty and flimsy. So we're going to go ahead and remove it. We don't have the custom cup holders, and we're not going to go with cup holders. So for those that enjoy coffee, you know, be a man, spill it on you. Move it back right here. And look at this. Back when men were men. No airbags here, boys. And again, I cannot stress this enough with these cars, guys. This is a 30-year-old car, so everything's gonna be a little brittle. So be easy with it, you know. Treat it like your local Cougar. Let's see. Alright. Now what I will do, I'm going to go ahead and chuck the tires in the back because obviously you guys know we're men here. We don't drive automatics. That weak sense of power. We have sticks. I have a Duralast chuck. If you break it, you return it to Snap-on. They'll get you a new one. Oh, it won't work if I do this. Let me get this guy up right here. Let me get these screws out of the way. Now, be careful again, guys. I'm going to be extremely expressive about it. Be very careful. Oh, wow. They did this really nice. I mean, this is a little torn, but it's okay. We have a little quick speed shifter here, so, you know, they did a really pretty job here. It's really nice and tight, so when you guys come around and you see this at the car shows, no one's driving it, but you can go in here and feel it up. Let's see. We have 4 screws in total. You know, 4 Phillip heads. And I'm just trying to be as careful as I can because I'm not trying to break anything. This is plastic, you know, so it tends to be brittle. And since the car has actually been kept in real good condition, you know, it'll behoove us to keep it in that condition as well. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna release. Now, as you guys know, Ford clips are notorious for breaking. So do not be surprised if they break. And as long as they're able to catch again, you're okay. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, it's when it keeps flopping off, and once you break it and it just doesn't hold anymore, then you got a problem. A little bit of tape, maybe a zip tie, something that's gonna have to work, or you be professional and replace the whole thing. I'm trying not to break it. There we go. Perfect. And there it is. Here's our plastic piece that actually is the backing to the to our little grommet there, or boot, should I say. It's not really a boot, it's just a dust cover. And guys, this is an actual Ford part, so I'm gonna put this on eBay for $500 or best offer. And you know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get the vacuum and clean this inside real quick, because I'm here, why not? Couple things that I could see. Looks like somebody was already in here, hence why it's probably broken. And right in here, a little door here is missing the screw, which just happened to pop off on us, which is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that. But one of the more important things that I see right now, that I can see what happened, is ta-da! All these little pins right here are what hold that in place. We push these guys in, and as you could tell, they're all sheared off. You know, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good ones, you know, out of like the 12 that I need, or 14, and that's not good.
I'm probably gonna look on it.
So we're gonna go ahead and LMR and see if we can locate this piece. And none of these screws are, none of these little pinholes are broken. All my my clips to hold it down are in place, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sit this down again, and just kind of let it sit like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop on this guy, because we're gonna go ahead and order this. I thought we had a spare one in the basement, but the one that we have in the basement belongs to our bad boy Staff Sergeant Reckless. So while we wait for our little 5-minute epoxy to get all not gooey, we're gonna go ahead and take care of some other little issues. One is the hood prop rod holder is broken. We're going to replace it. Since we got the hood up, we'll go ahead and replace the grommets that hold the hood up. One of the problems that happens, you know, they break, and then, you know, a lot of people would just be, don't worry about it, we'll get it to it later, but makes your hood dance. So you will want to go ahead and replace those since we got them new. Why not? And the reason being, if you guys look, right there, I don't have any of them. These are in place, as you guys can see, but the other ones are not. So we're going to go ahead and replace those, and we're going to take this guy off right here. Pry it right off and break it. It's dry and crappy, you know. There we go. And that's kind of what it is. And there's your little part number right there, guys.
What's the part number?
That's Edgar 800-16828. That's the part number right there. Comes from LMR. Wow, made in the USA.
No way.
That's a foreign country, I think. I don't know. Alright, basically in this way. Try not to break it, guys, because it's pretty thin. And I wiggled it down, and it's now in place. And it doesn't take much. Now I'm going to go ahead and push it a little more, and that's good. Boom. It's in place. Saying, this is what happens when you're missing those prop rods, or the bushings. Look, see, it's right here. Or this guy, because this guy's probably either too low, whatever it may be. So you're missing the ones that go here, here, and on each corner. It gives the hood just a little bit of bounce and lift, so it doesn't vibrate while you're driving. Went ahead and picked up this LMR kit right here. This is the adjustable hood bumper kits and the grommets right here. That's LRS 16758A-K. And then again, we got this from LMR. It says hardware right there. They're not very hard. They have a slot right there. You just kind of have to wiggle them in there, and that's it. Pretty much that's how it goes. And what we'll do, boom. And that's it. And those are done. Go ahead and remove these guys. Now these are not too hard, and these look pretty good. Like this one's still movable. I may end up just saving it because I can still use it. See? And these tend to break right here at these little arms right here. So we're gonna go ahead. You see, they're pretty flexible. But when they get old, they get brittle, they fall off, they're no good. And that's what this looks like new. So I'm gonna go ahead and just walk it down right here that I have it in my hand, once and for all. Yeah. They keep the hood from vibration. Don't let it slap to the bottom. Keep it nice and equal. Right, keep that there. Set this other one up. this kind of how you want to have it. They should be, you know, a little loose so you can adjust them. You know, you don't want to have them too tight because then all it does is turn the rubber. Okay, so let's remove the guy down here. It doesn't take much to get them out, and I mean, this one's working fine too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just match it up thread to thread for now, and then this way I can, if I need to adjust it some more, I will. But I don't have to have it out. And that to me is right at dead nuts. I'll go ahead and pop that in. Done. Still a little short. Perfect. Let's get it down here. That's it. And that takes care of our hood, grommets, and bumpers. Now we won't have a slapping hood, and everything's going to keep nice and tight. We won't hear any jiggling or any vibration while you're on the road. Let's give this a test. Hopefully it shuts. Number one, the prop rod holder works perfectly well. Bam. See? Now we can adjust. We have a little bit of vibration, not too much, but I can adjust it as I go along. You don't want to have it too tight because you don't want to keep bending the inside of the hood. It's just enough so it just sits nice and easy. I had just a little bit of a dip right here, very tiny. I just gave it like a half a turn, and I think that should do it. Let's see it again. Well, maybe a little bit more. Let me try. Also, this helps to keep the hood so when you go to pop it, it jumps up a little bit so it doesn't sit at the bottom and you're trying to jiggle it open. And there it is. There you go. And it does help keep your hood nice and aligned, so it keeps it nice and smooth right here. Like I said, it also helps it pop back up when you go ahead and do the release. Now, let's finish that door. Alright, now this is our little fuse panel cover right here. And obviously, as you know, Ford never puts down the description of the fuses. They just give you numbers because number 2 is to God knows what, and number 11 is obviously whatever. And thanks, Ford. So you got to go ahead and own the manual in order for you to see what the hell is going on. Now that's our little fuse holder. It came along with our little kit here, and that is the number I ripped off. We'll get it to you later. So what you guys didn't see here, I'm just playing. I know you guys get that often from everywhere else, but this is very cut and dried. That's our flasher, and that's our spot for our flasher, and it just, voila, and it just looks so much prettier. Look at that. I'm so proud of me. See, it's gonna look so much better. Check it out. Oh yeah, I like how that looks. Much prettier. Not those dimples there. Not our Braille dimples that we had there. Not making fun of blind people, just saying it. All right, let's see if we can get this guy in. Now I can feel that the glue is still a little tacky, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like set it in there real quick. Again, guys, like I was telling you earlier, these plastics don't have pre-drill threads in there, so try to, you know, keep this nice and straight so when it does screw in, it goes in nice straight. Now some people say, well, it'll do it on its own. Okay, now I know you may say that it looks a little sloppy and whatnot, but I'm okay with that because it's the underside. Now if this was on the top side, I'd be a little upset. And like I said, this is a little, be gentle with it, you know, take your time with it. You don't want to break it on the first shot. Don't be me, because I've done it plenty of times before, and I don't want to do it again. It's fighting me because it's tough. It's got to thread that hole in there. Perfect, and that's better. Perfect. Man, that actuator sounds tough. And then it just sits in there like so. Bam. Now, this is just like a little plastic washer back here to keep the screw in place. I'm going to go ahead and run it all the way to the top, because I kind of like the fact that it was on there. It will push out the piece, and I don't have to go ahead and pry it and dig around in there to pry it. And that's it. Wow. Check that out. Looks complete. Locked, unlocked. Works just fine. Window came down fine. We had a little bit of a snag with our center console, but that's not a problem. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure LMR has one for us. We'll be able to get it, and we'll be able to finish this bad boy up. So, as you guys saw, we're not doing anything spectacular here. We're just trying to keep our Foxbody in pristine conditions as best we can. So, a lot of these little things that you can do, go ahead and take care of them, man. Don't leave it for last minute, because that just leads to a overall decline of the car. The more you keep saying, I'll do it later, before you know, later become a bigger problem, or it just amplifies. So we're just trying to go ahead and, you know, kill it before it gets to that position that we're gonna have to need like a whole fender or something. Who knows? You never know. So guys, I want to thank everybody on our Facebook page. Go ahead and check us out there. Give us a couple comments. Give us a couple likes. On our Instagram, check us out at MCSC Instagram. Go on there. You know, we get a little bit more of a fun time there. And we also got our new TikTok channel. Check that out. But more importantly, thank you to everyone here on our YouTube channel. Guys, subscribe. Yeah, we need that. Go ahead and do it. Hit the button. And, you know, we appreciate it overall. Guys, thank you very much. We'll wait for the next parts and keep you posted. Until next time, bye. Hey, I'm gonna tease you guys real quick. God, you love this car.